Hi and welcome to this week's weekly forecast. My name is Vicki and each week I bring you some guidance around the energy of this week, and I'm using, as always, a Mythic Tarot Deck. It's my favourite tarot deck. I am on the jump up at the Australian Age of Dinosaurs Museum today, and as you can see, that's my background. So I'm about 100 metres up off the flat, and that's the flats of the plains that head out, and Winton is in the distance. So Winton's about maybe half an hour drive from here. So at the museum, they have a volunteer program where you can clean and prepare dinosaur bone fossils, and that's what I'm helping with. I don't do it all the time. I just do a little bit of it here and there. So it's very interesting, very nice, and but today's one of my days that I get to do this with you. Now, because we are in the outback, it's fly season. It's always fly season, but today particularly, and so you'll be seeing me doing a lot of this because that'll be the flies trying to get them in my face. So as usual, we're going to choose 6 cards. I'm just shuffling the deck now. So this is, I always say, the fun part. 2, 3, 4, 5, 5, 6. I have been travelling now for nearly, I think, 12 weeks. So I have camping chic, camping hair. Looks good. Anyway, so let's get started. So as usual, the first card that comes out is the card that is all of us. Me, you, how we are feeling inside of us, and what energy is bubbling away. We have the King of Pentacles here, so he's quite successful, very influential in the business world, and quite a good boss. So that suggests that we are in a position of power in our physical world, which means that we can or have all the things that we need around us at the moment to make changes and make a shift or make a difference. The energy that I'm picking up from this card, though, is quite, I guess, get a little bit, maybe a little bit standoffish or a bit above everybody else. So there may be a sense around us that we are not really wanting to take part in the world around us, that we are a little bit better than maybe the people or the situations around us. That doesn't make us, that's not always a negative thing or a bad thing. It's just that it's more like a detached feeling, and in the sense that I'm feeling it at the moment, it doesn't feel quite friendly. So if you're not feeling like you want to be part of the world at the moment, it's the King of Pentacles energy that is doing it, because the King of Pentacles wants to take charge of something, and in order to do so, the King of Pentacles must assess the situation and cannot become emotionally involved. He's all about what he can physically touch and how he can make something from that. Now, the next card is the universal energy. So that's like all of our guides, all the energy, the universe is behind us saying, okay, we're going to sort of rush this around you so that this is going to motivate you. And I love this card. This sort of ties in with everything. We have the Ace of Wands. So that means that as much as we've got the King energy saying, what am I going to build for myself in this world, the universe is saying, inspire, inspire, inspire. So you are being inspired to create something solid and secure, and the universe is already saying that you have everything you need to do that. Even if you don't think you do, whatever you do have, you can build something from that, and that's what these two cards represent. So you will not feel, you might have lots of ideas coming in. They may not all want to land on the ground, but the Ace of Wands energy certainly wants you is going to spur you on to explore that. So if you've got 10 ideas, write them all down and just sort of tick them off one by one to see what sits with you at the moment, because the King energy is saying it's time to act. So what is blocking us? What is saying, oh, I can't do that, or it might be a bit negativity around, or it could be things that are actually physically preventing us from moving forward that we may have to face this week. And we have the King of Wands energy. funny. We've got lots of male energy around us this week. So the King of Wands represents that idea that it's a very short, sharp, again, very influential, also very motivated, great for ideas, great for saying, yeah, let's get this done. But the King of Wands will always say, hey, yeah, let's all do this, and step back and expect everyone else to do it. So the blockage around this is that we are not wanting to put our energy into flash in the pan inspiration. The King, let's find him again, is saying wanting to build something solid. That not the King of Wands energy is, which is the blockage or the obstacles, is saying we're not going to want to put our energy, you're not wanting to put your energy into anything that is going to be short term. So there may be, it might be seductive to put it into something that is short term, and that's what this is all about. Here's yeah, I'm just going to put it into a short term project. This is saying that the energy around us at the moment is about long term projects. So the seductiveness, I guess, of the King of Wands to just place all of our focus on something short term return and so forth is the thing that will it won't bring satisfaction, or it might be a bit of a fall down or a bit of a disappointment. So you might experience it and put your energy into that, and then realise, oh, that's right, yes. Not to put energy, it's about the long game now, long term plans and long term projects and so forth. So now the next card that's coming up is how we are going to respond to those, especially a lot of that King energy, a lot of male energy around us. So how are we going to respond to that? Ooh. By doing too much. So no wonder we've got this guy. Where is he? Oh, here. That is why he is here. He is here, even though he's sitting in the obstacles and the the things that the challenges around us, is because we are going to be doing too much. So he's going to say, hang on, you're doing too much. The minute you feel overwhelmed, it means it's a short-term project. Any long-term project, any long-term thing that you want to try means that it has to be slow and steady and making it solid and secure. So these guys are not your, they're going to be your best friend to remind you that the energy you're putting into something, if you're feeling overwhelmed or you're putting too much on your shoulders, it's because that they're directing you back to this guy here. Long term, solid, safe and secure. So the future, what's coming up for us? We're going to do all these things. We're going to recognise where we're overwhelming ourselves and putting too much energy into a direction that's going to not give us long-term returns. Oh, we're going to get more money or more work. So that means that as we direct ourselves, as we listen to our bodies, to our intuition and to our energy that says, oh yes, I'm not going to put anything into short term, I'm going to put it into long term, the returns will be, it means you're going to get those returns. That means that your skill set will increase and your attractiveness to different ideas and people who recognise those skills and who want you for those skills is going to increase, and your visibility will increase as well, and you're going to forge really strong connections with people because it's two energy. You're going to connect with people who want and need you for those projects. So you're going to build up a nice, strong, solid future for yourself, and as a result of that, you're going to become very attractive to people who want to work with you, because you are then the Ace of Wands energy reminds the world of your passion, and the King of Pentacles reminds the world of your commitment to that idea. And these two guys here are going to work together to remind you not to put energy into something that is just short term. Now is not the time. So, what does this mean for us spiritually? What does this mean for our soul moving forward, and as a soul and that part of our karma or karmic journey or our dharma? We have the Empress card. Isn't that funny? We've got all that male energy, and spiritually it's about the femininity or the Empress card. She is abundance. She is, when you put effort or attention into something, you reap the rewards tenfold. So spiritually, you will see, as you take note and look after yourself and look at the long term of things and let things flow and go with that motivation and use the universal energy of inspiration and motivation. Listen to your body when things become overwhelmed, because it's just telling you that that's really a short-term thing. Taking your time, you are going to be rewarded. She is the queen of the harvest. She is abundance personified. She is the queen, the ultimate queen, the empress, right? So we've got two kings working here this week with us, and she is the balancing card here. So the male energy is really like the doing energy, and the queen energy is where we sit back and say, well, you know what, I've done a lot of things for myself and I'm now reaping the rewards. I'm actually thinking, just getting a feeling around that, is that this energy, these two king energy cards are actually representative of not the work that we have to do, it's the work we have already done. So that means that we have achieved that long-term goal. We've got something in place that's moving us forward. She is a reminder, and we're going to feel very strong, like we're going to feel like we actually own that, and we have nurtured something, and we are gaining the rewards from it, we're getting abundance from it, we are harvesting all of that, like physical work or the doing things that we've done, the action that we've taken. And these have already taken place, and the king is representative of that energy that we actually have recognise their message that's come through. So that means that it's already here. We've achieved it. So anytime we take ourselves out of our comfort, like if we're taking ourselves out of our vibrational energy, we're going to feel overwhelmed, and that's just a clue. It's not a bad thing, it's just a clue. Slow and steady. So we want to reap the benefits of those rewards that we've worked really hard to get to here. Anyway, I'm going to leave that with you. I'm very excited about that because I feel like that's in the offing for me as well. I've done a lot of really, I think a lot of setup for myself, not just in life, business, in life as in personal life as well. And the Queen or Empress energy is actually very much around me at the moment. So that means it's not that I'm taking my time, but I can actually take a step back because things are in place now that I only have to tweak here and there to keep running and keep moving, because everyone's recognising the skills. And this is just nice confirmation. So I hope that's happening for you too. It's happening for me. I will leave that with you. So thanks for joining me. My name is Vicki Haspels. My website's vickihaspels.com. And I will talk to you again next week for next week's weekly forecast. With love from me to you. Goodbye.